when we are running a program in the back of our head that if you win, I don't win, we are in constant scarcity. And when you are in scarcity, your nervous system is in contraction.
The Mindspo podcast.
What do you see with your mind's eye?
Welcome back. Let's elevate. Roll your shoulders up and back. Unclench your jaw. Elongate your spine as you take a deep breath in. And now, exhale. Now take your mind to that person, place, or thing that you have gratitude for, and start to feel into the joy available to you at all times. Elevate into a higher vibration as we expand together and dive into this conversation.
Welcome to the Mindspo podcast. My name's Rochelle Fox, and you are tuning in for another episode in our Mindspo manifestation series brought to you by Manifesty app. Now, in today's episode, I wanted to talk about the energy of competition, that competitive energy. And I really wanted to shine a light on this and ask you a question. When it comes to whatever it is that you're manifesting, whatever it is that you are creating and calling in, who is it that you are in competition with? Is there anyone that in your mind you are secretly competing against? Have you created a villain in your head? Think about it. Ruminate on it. And if you've got an answer, shine a light on it without any shame. Because this is something that I have done in the past. Many years ago, I definitely was someone that kind of got stuck in this competitive, competing energy. And I feel like it was really ingrained in me and sort of conditioned within me from the industries that I was in. So a little bit of my background story. Before I was a meditation teacher and a manifestation teacher and just really doing the work that I do that I am so thankful to be doing these days, I was working in the entertainment industry. So back when I was around 16, I got scouted and became a model. And then from there, I started working in radio presenting, TV presenting, DJing, entertainment industry, like that beautiful wild world of entertainment. And in that industry of entertainment, there is a lot of competitive energy. There is very much an energy of if she gets the job, then you don't get the job. Or there's one job here and there's 10 of you and only one of you are going to make it. So I feel like for so much of my early years in my career, I was always competing. I was always pinned against another woman. I was always in this energy of like, it's me against her. And whether I liked it or not, that was just the environment that I was in. And I feel like even just as women, especially, and obviously men have this as well, but speaking more about females right now, I feel like for a lot of women, we are brought up with this competitive energy. And this is something that is just part of our collective consciousness. This is something that is part of our conditioning that we have to really unwire and do the work to release. And when it comes to manifestation, I find that a lot of the time people have a secret competitor. They have a secret person that in their mind they have created as the villain. And if this concept of the secret villain in your head is ringing true for you today, firstly, I want to say that it's okay. There's no shame in that. I've been there and I've seen so many people have this behavior as well. And secondly, I want to say, how can you start to change your relationship with that villain in your head? How can you start to mentally change your relationship with this person that you are secretly competing against? How can you start to see this person as another creator, as another person, as just another version of you that is out there having very similar dreams, very similar interests, that is wanting to create a life that is similar to you? How can you see them as someone that you can be comrades with or be a cheerleader for or be in partnership with rather than someone that you compete against? Because this competitive energy, this it's me or you, it's me against you energy, this energy can really fester within us and create a lot of energy leaks. It can really create this sense of lack and limitation, because when you believe it's you against someone else or it's them against me, what you are doing is because you are seeing the world from this lack mentality, from this idea that there is not enough to go around. And something that I've been saying for years is that the light that you can see in another person is a reflection of the light within you. The reason you can see this light, this abundance, this energy that you are attracted to or that you feel you are secretly competing against within other people, the reason you can see that is because that's what you have within you. We are always attracting things that are similar to us. This is how the law of attraction works. Like attracts like. And I feel what happens is a lot of people take that magic of the law of attraction, this attraction of like, oh my God, I'm seeing so many other people that are doing what I want to do, that are in the same industry, that are having the same things that I want for myself. Like I'm seeing so many of them. It's like, well, yes, this is because this is the law of attraction. You are attracting other people that are doing things that are similar to you. You are naturally attracting through the law of attraction other people that are in alignment with the path that you want to take. And when you stop seeing those other people as your competitors and rather you start seeing them as indications that you are on the right path, that this is possible, that this is something that is out there, it starts to shift everything. Because when we see everyone that is doing something similar to us or that is in a similar industry or achieving similar things to what we want to achieve as competitors, what we are doing is we are operating from this energy of lack, from this energy of like, ooh, there are so many people that I have to tear down, that I have to climb over, or I have to get ahead of in order to be worthy of having this thing. And it's like, no, there is room for everyone. We live in an abundant universe. So when you see these other people out there that you are secretly in your head comparing yourself to, or secretly in your head competing against, instead, see them as inspiration to start creating whatever it is that you want to create, because they are the reflection of what is within you. They are a reflection of what it is that you can create for your life. And this has been so huge for me because I am someone that used to waste a lot of time in my head creating a villain, creating some kind of competitor that I had to pin myself against in order to get ahead, because that was the conditioning that I was brought up around. But when I stopped seeing other people as my competitors, when I started seeing the world from this abundance mindset, where really when I was seeing more people doing what I was doing, when I was seeing more people like living a life that I was living, I realized, hang on a second, this isn't because there are so many people out there and it's saturated and that it's not possible for me. It's actually because the law of attraction is working. It is showing me like, wow, Rochelle, look, it's possible. Look, there's all these other people that have created what you want to create. This means that you can go and do it. Like this is your permission slip. And when you do this, it's so important to remember that no one is going to do things the way that you do things. You have a unique essence. You have a unique truth. You have so much individual magic within you that no one is going to do things the way that you do things, right? And when you really tap into your own unique essence and you do things from your own place of truth, then that is when things are going to fall into place. Not when you are working from this competitive energy, not when you are looking at someone else and you are tearing them down in your head and then you are trying to mimic and copy and do things the way they're doing things. One of the biggest mistakes you can make when manifesting is to look at other people and the way they've done things and try and do things exactly the way they've done them. Because when you do that, you are just being a copy of that other person. And the thing is, you are not a copy. You are unique. You have a unique soul essence that no one else has, that only you can get out to the world. So when you try and just copy or mimic or replicate the success or the process that someone else has followed or the path, then you're going to be going on that person's path. And that person's path is very different from your unique path that you need to find and discover for yourself. And of course, yes, it's great to look at other people and to, use that to understand like how they might have gotten to where they are. But what I'm really talking about here is when you are sort of losing yourself in competing with someone else. So you're copying them, you're mimicking them, you're copying their style, you're copying their essence, you're trying to kind of do everything the way they do things. And giving you an example from my own life with this, I've done this a few times in my life, so I'm very aware of this energy. And I am not a competitive person anymore. When it comes to what I do in this industry, I always say, if you want to compete against me, great, because we are competing against raising human consciousness. So I'm very much over like that competitive energy. I am working in my own lane, doing my own thing. I am just creating. I'm in a state of abundance. I do not believe that it's you against me. I believe that there's room for everyone. I have very, very strong belief systems there. And I've literally done the work to rewire my brain to believe that I am working from a place where everyone wins. I love to be in that energy where if I win, you win. And that's just how I do business, like giving and receiving, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. And it's a great flow. But when I first got into this industry, I was definitely still in that like competitive like energy from my experience with the entertainment industry. And I was in this like lack mentality where I was taking this energy from that past industry and putting it into this industry that I'm in now. And I, at the time when I first got into like kind of coaching and meditation teaching, I immediately picked a competitor in my head. I pinned myself against someone else in the industry, and I thought that I had to do everything that they were doing in order to get to where they were. And what I ended up doing was I ended up making a lot of decisions and doing a lot of things that were not in alignment to me as a person. And that ended up taking so much time and energy from my truth, from who I am and who I have become. I got to where I am probably a lot slower because there was a good like 6 months maybe there at the beginning where I was just constantly working from this like lack competitive energy, and it was exhausting, right? When we are running a program in the back of our head that if you win, I don't win, we are in constant scarcity. And when you are in scarcity, your nervous system is in contraction. Your nervous system is closed off. You are constantly worried and scared, and you are in this like hyperspeed energy where I got to keep going, got to keep going, got to keep going. And it's like, no, like if you are in that energy all the time, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be contracting. There is no expansion there. So when you shift your energy and you realize that another person's light is a reflection of the light within you, and there is enough for everyone, and it is not me against you, it is all of us winning. We all can win. There is room for everyone to be in abundance, to have what it is that they want to have in their own unique way. Things just become so much lighter. They become so much easier. And shifting from this competitive, comparing energy, and even just shining a light on it and asking yourself, why am I competing against this person? Why is it that this person has become the villain in my head? What is it that they are doing that scares me so much? Why am I in this belief system that it's me against them? Really addressing that and shining a light on it, and really starting to see that person as another version of you. Generally, the villains that we have created in our head, these competitors, they're generally our peers. They are generally the people that are actually very, very similar to you, that are very, very connected to you, that are on a very similar path to you. And they could probably be your biggest friends. They could be your biggest cheerleaders. These people could be your biggest allies, but you have to do the work to stop seeing them as a competitor. And you have to do the work to stop seeing the world through a lens of lack and instead open yourself up to the abundance and the reality that there is room for everyone to win. So that is today's podcast. I hope that it inspired you. And I want to wrap this podcast up by giving you an action step. If you have that competitor in your head, that person that you are pinning yourself against, firstly, there's no shame there. But secondly, my action step for you is I want you actually to really ask yourself, how can I start supporting this person? How can I start really cheerleading this person on and start seeing them as a peer and start to see them as an expander rather than a competitor, as someone that is there to show me what is possible, for someone that is there to inspire me and push me on and expand me rather than put me in that contracting energy, because you are choosing the energy for that person, right? You are choosing to see that person as someone that contracts you, that makes you competitive, that makes you feel lack. But really, you could see that person as someone that expands you, as someone that pushes you, as someone that inspires you to see that whatever it is that you want for your life is possible. If you enjoyed today's podcast, it would mean the absolute world to me and my team if you just took a few moments out of your time to leave us a 5-star review. So if you're listening to us on Spotify, literally just go up and press the stars, leave us 5 stars. It would be epic if you did that. Thank you in advance. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, and just write a review or tell us what you're feeling from these episodes, what downloads you're getting, what is the energy of these episodes, how are they serving you? I love reading the reviews on there and I appreciate you so very much. I will see you in the next one. Until then, I'm sending you so much love.
Thank you for joining me for this episode. You can discover more from Mindspo on Instagram and TikTok by following @Mindspo and myself @Rochelle_Fox. If this episode inspired you, then please pass it on and share the love. And if you're new to our world and you want to elevate your mind and step into your best self, then be sure to download our app, Manifesty, from the App Store and take advantage of the free trial. With Manifesty, you can create your own vision board movies, practice powerful meditations, and set affirmation reminders so your phone supports your journey towards that abundant vision of your future. And lastly, always remember, you create your own reality. So go and make some magic.